Hey everyone, my name's Daniel from Verpex, and in this video we're going to take a look at the difference between front-end development and back-end development, what each of these do, the technology requirements behind each of them, and lastly the difference between the development in itself. Let's first take a look at front-end development. Front-end development is developing the user interface that enables clients to interact with a website. Front-end development aims at ensuring that the components and information displayed on the website are formatted in a way that is easy for any users who visit the website to read and interact with the site directly. To create this interactivity, some basic web technologies are used in front-end development. In order to be an expert in the front-end stack, you have to learn and master a lot of the tools. There are plenty of tools out there, but we can tell you the best of the best to help you out. In order to do this, we're going to categorize the tools in front-end development into 3 categories. Starting off with number 1 on our list, we have foundational tools. Foundational tools are beginner-friendly tools for any web developer, including front-end stack and back-end stack. These tools help beginners start their web developing journey, and they include HTML and CSS. HTML is the fundamental aspect of a website. It provides an overall structure of how the website is displayed. Let's just say that without HTML, the website will not be able to exist. So we can say that HTML is the skeleton and template of a website. Now, moving on to CSS, this gives us the ability to style our website and give it a unique look. Through CSS, you can style each part of your HTML element. CSS is used to define styles for components on your web pages, like the color of text and buttons, including the design, the layout, as well as how your web pages are displayed on different devices like mobile and desktop. CSS can be seen as the body of the web page. When combining these 2 technologies together, we can build elements like buttons, navigation, and animations. With the knowledge of these foundational tools, you can design any website user interface, and with basic JavaScript knowledge, you can add functionalities to your web page. The developers at this level are called web designers, user interface designers, or junior front-end developers. At number 2 on our list, we have intermediate tools. This level entails a more sophisticated usage of the foundational tools. At this level, the developer has more knowledge and command of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. They can create simple to complex web pages and user interfaces with or without front-end frameworks. Some of the more popular front-end frameworks that you can start learning on is React and Angular. Developers who create websites using these tools are called front-end developers or mid-level front-end developers because they combine knowledge of structuring and styling to create simple to complex user interfaces with functionalities. Lastly on our list, we have advanced tools. At this level, the developer has enough knowledge of building scalable interfaces and can manage multiple front-end projects. Additionally, to become an expert in front-end web development, you need to apply engineering processes in your development pipeline. You need to learn industry standards such as micro components, atomic design, as well as different CSS architectures and frameworks. Here are a few things that you can learn during this level. Different building tools such as Webpack, CSS frameworks such as Tailwind, front-end testing with Jest and Enzyme, progressive web applications, type checkers, and lastly, server-side rendering. A developer that has completed this front-end roadmap and built enough scalable and complex projects in teams or in collaboration with other developers to master their skills can be said to be a front-end expert or senior front-end developer. Now let's talk about the salaries of front-end developers with different levels and responsibilities. Now generally the salary of developers differs depending on the company and the roles of the developer, but in this comparison we are going to use average salary ranges from the Glassdoor website from different front-end developer titles of junior, mid, and senior front-end developers. So starting off, the salary of a junior front-end developer ranges from $89,000 to $100,000 per year. A mid front-end developer's salary ranges from $100,000 to $124,000 per year. And lastly, the salary of a senior front-end developer ranges from $132,000 to $148,000 on average per year. Lastly, let's take a look at some of the responsibilities of a front-end developer. The front-end developer is responsible for creating user-friendly web pages. They are also responsible for optimizing the applications to enable the website to function at maximum speed. And lastly, the front-end developer is responsible for creating interactive elements based on the designed layouts. Now that we understand front-end development, let's take a look at back-end development and what it entails. Backend is the part of web development that deals with the server side of the web application. The backend is responsible for storing and securing the data sent from the front end end, as well as making sure that it is displayed correctly on the front end when needed. It's basically everything that is happening behind the scenes when a user is interacting with the front end of a web application. For example, filling out a form. Whenever you create an account on a website, your information is stored and secured by the backend using a database system. The most basic example would be when you're trying to log into Facebook and mistakenly put in the wrong password. You would receive a response to either change your password or create a new account, and that response is coming from the backend. Some of the tech and languages used in the backend are Java, Ruby, and Python. Now let's take a look at some of the general salaries for a backend developer. The salary of a junior backend developer ranges from $90,000 to $104,000 per year on average. It's also important to note that these salary reports will differ from country to country, as well as what company you're working for. The salary of a mid backend developer ranges from $100,000 to $114,000. And lastly, the salary of a senior backend developer ranges from $133,000 plus per year on average. Let's take a further look at some of the responsibilities that backend developers have. A backend developer is responsible for solving system issues that could potentially arise in the future. A backend developer must ensure that the website is up to date as well as reliable. They basically build the architectural part of the website. And lastly, the backend developer must maintain the backend operation of the site. Now that we have that covered, let's take a look at the difference between the two. The front-end developers deal with the visuals and the user input aspect of the website. They also deal with the client side of the website. Front-end is responsible for collecting users' input. And lastly, it's responsible for accessibility and search engine optimization. Whereas backend development deals with the database aspect of the website that sends the response back to the request, which was initially sent from the front end. Backend development is also highly responsible for security. These different stacks, when worked together, create a scalable web application and allow the user to interact with the web application without even noticing that there's a difference in stacks, developers, and technologies used when creating the application. With that being said, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative and would like to see more from us, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.